Hey everybody. So yeah, much less people here today, much smaller crowd. I almost got into the main parking lot, but I missed it by a slot or two. So I'm just across the street here from the museum. You can see the red sign over there, Computer History Museum. Oh, now the truck is blocking it. Thanks for pulling in right now, truck. Get the hell out of the way. There you go, Computer History Museum. So I'm literally right across the street. It's perfect. Just a short walk to the thing. And so it means it should be easier to get around today, not so crowded. It was really crowded yesterday, which is good for the future of the show and guys making money in there and stuff, but also kind of a pain in the ass, just trying to see things and get around. So let me verify real quick. Again, I don't trust my live streams anymore since YouTube has jacked up a few of them. So I need to verify this is actually going out. There it is. I see it on my, I gotta use my iPad as a verifier, so I see it on the channel. Very good. Let me just put this in my backpack real quick. I don't know if I missed Wozniak. He's supposed to be in after 10 this morning. It's already like 11:30, between 11:30 and 12. I had to sleep a little bit because I'm fucking tired lately and working late last night, making some money, driving around San Francisco, and had to get some sleep. I'm still sleep deprived heavily. I think total sleep yesterday after a couple naps, maybe 4 hours, something like that, maybe 4.5. Certainly no more than that. So that's always challenging. I got some caffeine in me and some excitement about going again today. So hopefully that will carry me through. I don't think I'll stay all day. I did see a good portion of it yesterday, and looks like the presentations in the main room are not as interesting to me today as they were yesterday, although there was one about the history of Unix or something, which might have been interesting, even though I'm only a Unix dabbler. But it was a necessary thing to use in college because we had terminals in the computer labs to get to the internet. This was pre-World Wide Web. So you had basically FTP, email, Usenet, stuff like that. So you had to use some kind of a terminal. And most of the terminals on campus were Unix. So I had to learn some Unix commands. How to download from FTP sites, UU decode, uncompress. And then I get my little files for Mac shareware and other fonts and other shit from various universities around the US. Good times. I'm going to my friends. I didn't have a good Mac back then. I had a shitty like Mac Plus. So I'd go to my friend's Mac LC3 and LC2, LC3, something like that. And I would install everything I could find that week when I got home on the weekend to work at the zoo and also go visit him and learn my 3D tools and all kinds of stuff. And at some point I had so many extensions on his computer from the internet that he had like 3 or 4 rows of extensions going across the screen on startup. If you guys are old school Mac people, you know what I'm talking about. That's a lot of fucking extensions. So much so that sometimes they would crash. Had to reboot into shift held down, extensions off, go in, take a few out, do it again, and see whatever I remove, fix the problem, play with the extensions I got, realize most of them are crap, take them out, and then one by one load the other ones I had to take out. Eventually I got some really cool ones, and some of those things became standard OS features. They started out as shareware and goofy stuff. Hello. Did Wozniak come in yet? Steve Wozniak, was he here? Supposed to come in the morning, I heard. Like 10 o'clock? Really? Okay. All right, thank you. So, I guess he's not here yet, or they just don't know what's going on at their own place. So, I guess no PDP-1 today. It's turned off. No space war.
The fledgling company turned to scholars at MIT, hoping the young programmers would see.
But this is an IBM 1401 lab. Is pretty cool. Much smaller line today. So you go. Hello. So there's the punch card maker. Oh, I'll come back. I just wanted to show this real quick. Thank you. So you punch the card here. You type in the your name. Shows up over there, and then they run it through the system, and it does a fan fold paper printout. It's cool stuff. I did it a couple years ago. It's a shame that PDP-1 is off, though. Okay. Day 2, here we go. Let's check consignment first, because that's always the first to get emptied out. Oh, the camera's still here. Oh, that was on 1, 2. Or on 2. Got a laser here, that's pretty cool. Is it coherent? Can't tell. So yeah, most of the stuff is still here. A few things got brought in. Another VCR. Oh, Panasonic. A lot of stuff is still here, though. Another one of these tiny liquid crystal laptops. Oh, it's taking a nap again. Seems to be napping a lot here. Got a flower here. 20. Used working 2024. It's an old SideQuest Drive shell. Same books are here. These are still here. Mostly the same. Some about the Commodore 64, but the other stuff is still here. G4 Mac is still here. iMac. Oh yeah, much more empty today. Got an old-timey radio. I missed that yesterday. $90. CRT TV. On your audio system. Various keyboards. Another joystick, acoustic coupler. Random cards and drives. Bondi Blue iMac. An old iMac flat panel, or Apple flat panel. Mac SE for $30. There's the Bondi Blue display, $125. This is only $50. For other typewriters. Various PC clones. No one wanted this, the Microsoft force feedback joystick. $30. Some telecom patch panels there. Oh, those cute little speakers. Look at that. Oh. Quicken, the whole version of Quicken. Mac 2CI. My first corporate gig where I was an IT guy at the Coherent Laser Company. That was my computer at my desk. It was 2CI, even though it was already really old. And I also had a 8088 next to me. Those are my two computers at my desk when I started. All right, a lot of the same stuff. Game controllers. Apple portrait display. Apple II Plus is still here. Commodore 64. I love that SID chip. Oh, the speaker's sold. Lots of random stuff. I got the old trackball controller. $20. Never had that. Oh, sorry. 2CI again. Not seeing any Mac clones. Aren't really popular. More old these are Intel PowerBooks. Might be pre-Intel. I actually think the squared off ones are pre-Intel. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. These older PowerBooks here. And the white ones and all the stink pads before Lenovo bought the company. Got a bunch of Mac towers down there. Macs, G4 Mac, microphone. The games got bought. 3D Pinball, Dragon's Lair, Ronaldo Sport, Space Colony. Oh, that's I think that's a part of The Sims. Space Colony. Look at that, Vocalist Live 5. Never saw that before. Motherboards. Yeah, much less stuff than before. This guy's already got some goodies there. Got a joystick and stuff.
Right. Shipped from the Middle East, shipped from Israel. So it must have been used in like something. So, and I basically, because they were
Do you know when Wozniak's supposed to show up?
So there's supposed to be a panel presentation at
Panel.
2 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've got Robert Wayne and I forget, there's two other people.
Okay.
And
All right.
going to be in that auditorium over
Nice.
there, so you just keep going down.
So it'll probably be a line, maybe, because it's going to be...
Yeah, it could get a little crazy.
So 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock is what I've been told.
What do you recommend getting there? 15 minutes early, or...?
I have no idea what to expect.
Okay.
We don't know if we're going to have just a flood of people come.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, you know,
Is it 50th anniversary? Is that...
it's
I saw a thing downstairs about said
these
50.
days it seems like it's the 50th anniversary of something every year.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little tough.
Okay.
I don't remember if it's for Apple or one of the models, you know, the
Okay.
Apple One or the Mac or what have you. They're all coming thick and fast these days.
If someone told me, oh, he's going to be here at 10 a.m., I said, well, I'm not getting there that early anyway. And good thing I didn't, because he's not here, so...
Yeah.
But cool, 2 o'clock. All right, because I didn't.
That's what I've been told.
All right, because I looked in the program, I didn't see anything about the program.
Yeah, well, two factors. I think this came together fairly quickly.
Last minute. Okay.
And the printing has to happen with a real long lead time.
That's why I saw the Facebook page, and then I went to the main page
Right.
and
And
said,
then-
"Is he coming or not?" And they say they think he's coming, but
Getting up there in years.
No, I get it.
And whatnot, so there's always a little
well,
variability.
I just learned something that my sister-in-law has been holding back for about 20 years or more. Apparently, her friend set up on a blind date with them a long time ago, which is hilarious. So if I even have 2 seconds to ask him if he remembers a beautiful Filipino woman going on a blind date, I want to see if he has a reaction, because then I'll show her the video and go, see, he remembers you. But yeah, so that's kind of a funny personal story, semi-personal story. But she was holding back. I said, why didn't you tell me that? Because I've known her over 30 years. And one day she just says, my brother said, oh, you didn't hear about that? I said, no. And she told me, you got to be kidding. I thought it was a joke at first. But she goes, I didn't know who he was, as you would expect. But pre-Segway days, right? He wasn't a Segway king back then. But I don't know, it's just funny. I hope he rides in a Segway. That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Yeah, but cool. He was always the better guy anyway. I mean, jobs is important to keep the company going.
Yeah.
But without Wozniak, there is no company. And he's also like the heartbeat of the company. He's like a normal guy,
Yeah. Very much.
So, but anyway, cool. Thank you.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Good luck with the interview.
Well, we'll see. I may not even get close to him, but if I do, I'm going to use 10 seconds to ask him that, just see what happens. So, thanks. All right, 2 o'clock. Now I have to start asking time more than I usually do, since I can't see it on this fucking phone with YouTube. Alrighty. Oh, excuse me. So most of the stuff I saw yesterday. I did want to try the Virtual Boy if he has it plugged in. I'll probably come back and check that a little later. He's got it covered right now. Hello. So I only have a few tables I didn't see at all. This one's empty because that's where David Crane and Gary Kitchen was yesterday. If you didn't see my video of that, check it out. It's the tail end of the second video. Let's check this one out. I didn't check out this table with all the Atari stuff and the Macs. This guy playing Arthur's theme on some music program on the Atari. Unfortunately, this kind of program you can't tell. It's not like the Mac where you can tell what the program is. I can't see the name of the program. Yeah, doesn't say. So, older Power Mac. It's like second generation Power, or actually third. This is second generation Power Mac. So 7500. Apple II GS. That's the Woz edition. See Woz. He signed it on the logo. Oregon Trail on a Mac Plus. This is the original extended keyboard. It's still RJ11, but it's extended with a numpad and the old school mouse. Non-ADB. 7600. And then, this is the G3. One of the first G3 desktops. Spectre Challenger. And these are the Performas. These are sold in retail stores. They had a numbering system for whether it was Sears or CompUSA or Fry's or whatever. They each had that's why you have these weird numbers. Like this one says 631 CD. So there'd be a 630, a 631, could be a 632, I don't remember. And then they also had the 4-digit numbers on some of them. And I forgot what that meant. So here's the 4-digit number, 6200 CD. And those just that tells you when it came out and what stores carried it. Really crazy system. Epson laptop with shuffle puck.
You know, it'd be crazy to find what's it called?
The old color style writer. I had a portable. I had the style writer portable, but the ink was so tiny and so expensive, and eventually it was impossible to get. I just tossed it. Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, Performa. They were very popular. If you went to a retail store and you were buying for a family, most likely you bought a Performa and not one of the other types. I had these for a long time. I bought these when I worked at the company store on Infinite Loop. The same time period I came there, Guy Kawasaki came in. It was kind of a weird dude. Like he was trolling me. He asked some of the dumbest questions I've ever heard. And if you know anything about Guy Kawasaki, he was a Mac master. He knew stuff inside and out, wrote articles all the time, like a big evangelist. Funny guy. But either having an off day or he was screwing with me because I don't know what the hell was happening. There's the iPad connected to a keyboard there. And then this is the ergonomic keyboard. One of my friends had this. It wasn't common, but it was around. All the Omega stuff, Jazz, Zip. There's a air station wireless thingy. And then these are the pizza box ones.
It's Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi number.
Thunder scan.
They
So-
explained it some shit I forgot.
Back then you would scan it on a black and white machine, but it could still pick the color, but you couldn't see the color until you printed it. It's funny shit.
Okay, so
Hello. So there's power computing. This is probably one of the few clones I've seen at the show.
seems like a bargain.
See power computing.
Someone.
My friend had one of these.
I have an old Jazz Drive.
All your modems. It's a Global Village fax modem there. That's the Apple, I think that's the GeoPort modem. Or one of those weird Apple modems where they use some of the hardware on board to simulate modem circuitry. They call it GeoPort. I haven't seen that shit for years. Years and years and years. I saw that table the other day. I saw this PDP-8 the other day. I didn't see these. Atari 1400 XL.
I knew their environments, documented everything. Like I knew all the internet banking guys.
That it's got the little.
All the guys who did all the firewalls. And so yeah, I became like an expert.
So my friend had a 1200 XL in high school. Actually, that's pretty good Donkey Kong on there. And the 1400 XL.
Sold it.
They had these really funny joysticks that had this really stiff action. This is your typical Atari joystick with the 4 little discs, little like piezo discs that you trigger. That's why it clicks. And it's a really flexible plastic armature under this rubber cover. And they break all the time because you're cranking on. They're not very durable. These felt really stiff. These have the clicking, more like a switch being clicked than the little discs. And they were very stiff. They didn't feel as good as the other ones. But 1450 XLD. Huh. Oh, unreleased prototype. That's why. Look at that. That's wow. 1983 prototype. I don't remember the XL 1400. Oh, it's also a prototype.
But yeah, some checkpoint.
That's cool. Never even heard of them. Look, Pac-Man looked pretty good. They had a lot of horsepower, for sure. Looks like an ST over here.
I have a lot of family. My wife would be on that free train all the time.
Wow.
Japan's beautiful with their train system. I haven't been there.
VCF West. 3 days, live concerts, 24-hour arcade, cosplay, pool parties, and probably some furries, I would imagine. Probably won't like the music one bit. I'll look at it online, see what it is. Oh, there you go. Mega 65. Graphics are good on that game. Oh yeah, the Commodore 65. That's right. It's damn good graphics for Commodore 64, 65. Some kind of breadboarded something or other. Alright, now we got a couple tables I haven't seen yet. Let's see what's all this shit. Commodore PET, look at that with the built-in tape. Oh, look at that keyboard, that is awesome. Just the crappiest little keyboard. And the Space Invaders. Boy, that looks worse than the Atari 2600. 49th anniversary, Commodore PET. That's the 2001 series. Commodore CBM. Come on. How is CBM different than a PET?
They're not. These are considered a PET. They just use the CBM Commodore business machines for business.
Okay.
This was marketed more towards business.
Right.
These
Okay.
were marketed more towards.
So
home use.
dual floppies. What's the top thing?
That's a hard drive.
What is a hard? Oh shit.
Yeah.
How much space?
7.5 megabytes. Megabytes.
Is it one of those massive ones I've seen outside and like more than full height kind of things?
That's an MFM. You
Oh
can see how
shit.
big it is.
Yeah. Giant transform on there. Look at that. Wow.
Cooling fan in the back.
Yeah.
IEEE 480 interface to the computer, and that's MFM, and I don't know how it goes from one to the other.
And still works today.
Yeah, surprisingly.
How's that
Somebody
possible?
came by and just offered it for sale, so I grabbed it up from him,
Wow.
and he didn't know if it worked, but I just turned it on and it works.
Wow.
I'm shocked because there's all
Yeah.
the MFM drives and everything that still work.
And not just the magnet media part, but the bearings.
Yeah.
How the hell the bearings still
So
work?
I turned it off. The first thing I'm going to do is copy all the data off of it.
Yeah.
And then, there's
So what-
there's a new product that will emulate an MFM hard drive.
Okay.
Solid state storage.
So what does that stand for? I don't know the technology.
MFM?
Yeah.
Modified frequency modulation.
Okay. And that at the same time, what was the competition called?
Nothing at that time.
Oh, really? Okay.
After MFM came RLL and then SCSI.
Okay.
And then IDE,
Okay.
ATA.
Yeah. Sure. So this is an early guy then. This is. So those giant ones you see in pictures, that's like 5 megabytes, and it's like a giant suitcase. What's the interface on those? Okay.
This is the MFM is the same one that the original IBM PCs had.
Okay.
And I'm shocked that this is backwards.
Ah.
The holes line up with the ventilation in the front.
Oh, that's crazy.
And this is a little bent. So I always figured there's ventilation on the back.
So when it starts up, does it sound like a jet engine or no?
You can't really hear anything in here.
No, but I
You
mean,
can feel the vibration.
you can. Okay, so it's not. So it's in good shape then.
Yeah, I'm shocked that it works.
That's crazy. Because I mean, I had, back in the mid to late 90s, you'd have a drive that wasn't even that old. It's like, when it spins up, it sounds like a 747.
The first hard drive I ever saw and worked on was this big
Whoa, that big?
and that tall on the floor.
Yeah.
And you had to give it 30 minutes to heat up before
Yeah, yeah.
you could use it.
And how much storage there? How much?
Maybe 10 megabytes.
10 megabytes. That's great.
You had to wait for it to get up to operating temperature, but it's something like 300 degrees.
Yeah. So this is basically the same year as that one, just
So that one
rebranded.
down in the end was from 1977.
Okay.
The very first one they ever released.
Yeah.
Then they went to the full-size keyboard in 79,
Okay.
and then the business machines and the 4.0 ROMs came out in 1980.
Okay. And were these popular?
Yeah.
Not around here though, right? East Coast,
I
Europe,
was in
or
Oregon, and we had these in school.
You
All
did?
of Oregon, whole Oregon public school
because
system.
California, I
had
never
Commodore
saw any of these.
PET. Huh?
Growing up in California, I never saw any of
No,
these.
they were Apple in California.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, they had.
Apple and Commodore were competing, and Apple had the idea to corner the education market.
Okay.
Because then they know when the kids graduate, they're going to buy one of theirs. 'Cause that's
So they had no foothold at all. There's no chance.
here in California.
Yeah.
They're around.
Yeah.
A lot of engineers have them.
Okay.
I got this one from somebody in California in a
Yeah.
state sale. I got this one from a former Commodore engineer who was here in California. I got this one at a Goodwill here in Silicon Valley. And I got this one from a guy who just reached out to me online and shipped it to me.
And then this is any of this lineage going to the 64 or no?
Yeah, well, after the PET, so these came out in 1980. Then Commodore had the VIC 20
Yeah,
in
VIC 20.
1982,
Okay.
and the Commodore 64 in 1983.
And is any similarities at all?
Same basic.
Same basic.
Yeah.
But like hardware-wise, anything similar?
Most of the ROMs in the Commodore 64 as they were.
Okay. But this couldn't do music or
They can without add-ons. It doesn't have any kind of music chip built in, but there were add-ons for it.
like a SID equivalent kind of thing?
Actually, a digital audio converter, like a DAC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It couldn't record, but it would synthesize waveforms.
Could it do
So
speech?
Four voices.
Any kind of speech?
Yeah. Well, there's a. I don't have it with me because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But there was a 4010 voice response unit that used one of those speech chips, the Votrax.
Is that kind of like the in television, like B-17 bomber? Bombs away!
Back
You
in
know?
those days, Votrax was the one that made all of them.
Okay.
And they thought they were going to need to have the voice capability, but they didn't really sell many of them.
Yeah. So no issues keeping them going. They're just really well built.
No, lots of issues keeping them going.
Really? Okay.
There's a lot of it that's really well built, but you mostly have problems with the RAM chips going bad. So
And-
I've had to replace the RAM in almost all of them.
And why the hell is the dual drive base so big?
Well,
Because this the front part's the drives, right?
Yeah, the disk drives themselves are big.
Are they really? It's not just a giant power supply?
There's some of that,
Oh wow, look at that.
but the disk drive itself is that big.
Wow, look at those capacitors. Holy
Then you
shit.
got your transformer and
Yeah.
for the DC voltages.
Wow.
And you got two 6502s in there. It's a dual processor system.
Yeah.
One of the processors handles the mechanics. The other one handles the communications.
And these are hard to keep going?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They get dirty easily and stuff. And you have to oil them or anything?
No, I had to take them apart and clean them. I got this one working, this one still doesn't work. And over there, one of them works, one of them sort of works, but it's kind of flaky.
Could you take one of these floppies and put it in a Commodore 64 and have it read it?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
These use the IEEE interface, and the Commodore 64 did away with that for a serial interface.
Okay.
It's basically a 1541.
Okay.
It's the same drive.
Okay.
It just has a different interface on the back.
Okay. Yeah, I know nothing about this. So it's cool to see this stuff.
When they first had the dual drives, it was necessary because if you want to copy data from one disk to the other, you need two.
Yeah.
So, like most of the time,
Yeah, there
when
was
people
no
were
RAM
using
buffer,
these,
right? You couldn't do.
There's not enough RAM in there for you to copy
Yeah.
a disk that way.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you put a program disk in one, and then you put your blank disk in the other one for you to save your word processing or your spreadsheet or whatever. So you save your work on one, and you load the programs from the other one. Or if you want to copy from one to the other, it's very difficult to copy from different devices. I had this one and that one connected. If I wanted to copy from one to the other, the data has to go through the computer.
Yeah. So it wasn't until the Amiga you could have an internal hard drive, basically.
You know, they had internal hard drives with the IBM PC and.
No, but I mean for the Commodores. Because Apple II had like a hard drive on a
Amiga
card.
was the only thing that had a chassis that you could put anything in.
But they like Apple II at one point had a hard drive on a card, like a 5 meg hard drive. Did they have anything like that for this?
On a card?
Yeah, I've seen them before. They're
They
crazy.
had the profile, which was an external, but I've never
Okay.
seen a hard drive on a card.
I don't know if it was like made much later, but one of my friends had one in the system.
But the funny thing about that is the physical floppy drive that the Apple II uses.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's
Oh, it
the
is?
exact same drive.
Wow.
If it got a different, other internals.
Yeah.
But the mechanism itself, you can take an Apple Disc 2 and just replace one of these with it.
And the interface is similar, ribbon cable thingy, or no?
No.
Okay.
No, there's a separate control for the motor and everything.
Okay.
So the Apple designed their own card that connects, that has all that interface.
So
But the physical mechanism itself is the same. I'm trying to remember the name of the company.
So which one's your favorite? The Pet series, the 64?
Oh, obviously the Pet series is my
Yeah.
favorite.
You don't have a bunch of other ones at home, like
Oh, I do.
64? Okay.
I got like 3 Commodore 64s, 3 VIC 20s, Commodore 128.
So Vic 20, I remember
got
the
a
William
bunch of
Shatner
Amigas,
ads.
too. Yeah.
Were they any good?
VIC 20, yeah, that was my first computer.
Okay. What was it equivalent
it
to? Like
didn't
an
have 40
Atari,
columns.
an old Atari?
It was the basic equivalent to like the Atari 400.
400?
800.
And I have to ask, what the hell is with that keyboard? Why would they do?
This was the first computer they made, and they weren't sure about the market, right?
Yeah.
And before this, they were making calculators.
Okay.
That's a calculator keyboard.
I see. Okay.
They had a scientific calculator that they were making before this.
That makes
was very
sense.
Similar keyboard.
Yeah.
So they weren't sure they were even going to sell any, but the design philosophy was turnkey. Shut it down, and you have everything in one.
Yeah.
Your tape drive and your keyboard.
I like that. It's very cool. Yeah.
And most people weren't touch typists back then unless they were secretaries. And they called it a terminal style keyboard. This one, that's a typewriter style keyboard. So
Okay.
There's differences, but
But a business never would have bought this, right? They go, what is this shit,
no,
right?
mostly engineers bought it.
Yeah. Okay.
And hobbyists, people who would buy an Altair or something back in
Exactly.
the day.
Yeah. And when this came out, what year again?
77.
How much?
79. $795.
And what's it worth now?
Upwards of 1,000.
Okay. And harder to keep running than these, or about the same?
About the same. The problem with this one is the RAM chips are notoriously prone to failure.
Ooh.
Those are MOS 6550 RAM chips, and
Yeah.
they suck.
Really?
And you can't get them anymore.
It's because they were cheap, or what? Why did they do that?
Because Commodore was making them themselves.
Oh, really?
They didn't have to
Okay.
buy them from anybody. They switched to dynamic RAM later on.
And is this one that guy who eventually jumped between Atari and this was running it? What's his name again? The famous guy that ran
Jack Trammell
Yeah.
ran Commodore until the board of directors pushed him out, and then he bought
Right.
Atari.
So this is Jack era stuff. Okay.
Chuck Peddle. Yeah, Chuck Peddle and Jack Trammell.
Yeah, I remember. Did you ever watch Computer Chronicles?
Yeah.
I love
Leonard
this.
Trammell's around here somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
You saw him walking around?
Oh, I see him every year.
I have no
He was around
idea.
here a few minutes ago.
I know what he looked like back in the 80s, but I don't know what he looks like now. So I wouldn't even.
He's wearing a Commodore t-shirt.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll look for him. Now, and he went to Atari for a while, right? And then,
Well, Leonard Trammell worked for Commodore for a little while before he went to college, but then he never really worked for
Okay.
Commodore. His brothers did. But he worked for Commodore during a summer when he designed the keys.
wow.
All of these graphical characters
Yeah.
were designed by Leonard Trammell.
Oh, wow.
He's the guy who's around here now.
Yeah.
But then after the summer, he quit working for his dad and went to college and
Okay.
got a PhD in astronomy. And
Oh, wow. Are you an Amiga fan?
I am. I have multiple Amigas at home.
Is it true that 1000 has the signatures inside of it?
Yes.
And the paw print of the guy who created it?
Yeah,
Of the dogs?
They're
the guy's
molded
dog?
into the plastic on the top cover.
Yeah. Oh, inside the top. Okay. I never saw anyone open one up, but I heard about it in a little documentary. So,
Yeah.
kind of like the Apple has the signatures in it, the Macintosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole thing I missed the Pet. I saw the Vic 20 ads. 64 totally passed me by. I never saw him until later. But then, then like Amiga and the tracker scene came out. That was pretty cool. And of course, the video toaster, Babylon 5, all that. I love that shit.
That's
It's
me
great.
in 1983.
Wow.
My high school computer lab.
No
And
way.
that's me
Oh, look at
in
that.
2019.
Before and after. I love it. That's great. Do you have a video toaster for your?
No, I had an Amiga 2000 that I bought in 1980. I want to say 89.
Yeah.
And I used that for quite a while, and I loved that machine. But around 91, I think it was, I wanted to upgrade to an Amiga 3000.
Okay. What was the big difference between that and a 500? And are they all that different?
Well, yeah, the 500 was like a Commodore 64.
Okay.
It was just a keyboard, no room inside to do anything.
But the same powerful chipset, right? Okay.
But the 2000 and 3000 are big machines that you can put cards in and
Okay.
hard drives. And
So no video toaster on a 500
no, and no video toaster on a 3000 either.
Oh, really?
Only 2000.
because it's different interface, or
4000T. Just because of the way it's mounted inside.
no room for it. So people would like saw off parts. I remember that was true with
It's been done, yeah.
like the TRS-80 supposedly had. You want to put an ISA card in there, you'd have to cut the back off of the TRS-80 to put one of those long ISA cards in it.
Why they call it a floppy disk? That one's not turned on. It got too hot, so I turned it on. Be careful never to touch this area.
Doesn't matter. Oh, so the right one's the boot one?
Yeah, well, drive one doesn't work.
Oh, really?
Well,
Okay.
it works. It's really flaky. It doesn't really work on
So does it do a quick check and oh, that one's ready? How does it know?
Oh, you tell it D0 or
You have to
D1.
tell. Okay. So so did you ever do the tracker stuff, the Amiga tracker stuff and all that?
Oh, I had a lot of tracker discs with music.
Like
I never created anything.
Octamed and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I never created anything. I just
Yeah.
played
It's a lot of work.
Play the files, you know.
I'm a musician, but I the tracker stuff kind of turns me off. I like listening to them, but I wouldn't like making them.
Yeah, because you gotta say, oh, play this note for this duration, and then wait this long.
And the way it scrolls vertically is just bizarre. And like I used to watch them because I had mod programs on the Mac and would play the old tracker files, and the music was pretty damn good sometimes. But you see this shit go flying by, you can't even read it. It's crazy. It's a crazy
I like the
interface.
trackers that just show you the waveform on each of the 4 channels.
Oh yeah. Well, now there's some modern devices now made by various companies that do a tracker in a handheld unit, and you can compose the tracker style on the go. It's pretty cool. But again, I'm not a big tracker fan, but the music is good. And I have a modular synth system, and there's a module called SID Guts Deluxe. So they put a real SID chip on a module, and you could dial in all kinds of stuff. Not as much as the way you can control it with the software, but it has a lot of direct control with pots and stuff. It's an action game.
About a dozen different SID player discs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all different stuff for the SID player.
Yeah, it's cool.
They run on 64.
Would you recommend Amiga forever and never tried it?
I bought it. I never use it.
Is it usable?
It is.
Okay.
In fact, not long ago, I took the hard drives out of my Amigas and imaged them
Oh.
so that I could run them in Amiga
Oh,
Forever
nice.
on my PC. So if I need to spin up my old Amiga
Yeah.
3000 desktop, I can just...
So it really is a proper emulator. Oh, cool. Is it true that guy who bought all that shit's like a real gatekeeper? And there's a whole like other community in
Not
Europe?
really. There's other stuff, but the guy that owns basically owns the Amiga ROMs. And
He's like litigious though, right? He's
ROMs.
always going after these guys and
I
stuff.
don't know, because Commodore negotiated with him, and Commodore's reborn now. You heard about that, right?
Kind of. And I know
Selling the
that.
Commodore 64 again. It's basically a group of guys got together and bought.
Well, that's this one here, the 65 or whatever it is.
Actual Commodore name.
Oh, really?
A group of guys got together and bought the Commodore brand
No way.
and the Commodore trademarks.
Oh.
And so they're making the Commodore 64 again.
Oh, cool.
You can buy it now. Just go to Commodore.com.
And it's not FPGA. It's a real.
Yeah, it is FPGA.
Oh, it is. Okay. And that's okay though, right? Yeah. So that doesn't matter really. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, I have to because I've been seeing 64s here walking around. I never owned one. I was thinking about maybe one day I should get one, but then maybe I'll just wait for that one. What are they
You can
selling?
find them on eBay cheap.
How much?
Cheaper than you can buy one of these.
Yeah.
You can buy on eBay for 150.
Oh wow. And you have all you need pretty much, or you got a
Hard drives are a dime a dozen, man. You can get those cheap,
really?
even if they're working. Yeah. people have. I've got 6 of them stacked at home that I never use.
But isn't enough memory without all that stuff, or you still have to buy
Well,
extra
you can
stuff
buy
for it?
cartridges, but if you want to load any games from disc, we get the disc drives separate.
So it doesn't come fully ready to play. You have to add
No,
stuff
there's a
to
bunch
it.
of Commodore 64s over there. You see the disc drives plug into it.
Yeah, but even the new one, even the
Oh, the new one has an SD card.
it's all built in. Yeah. Okay.
That one will cost you like. I think it's pretty reasonable. The new one from Commodore. These are like $1,000.
Yeah, I've seen them before. I remember the
new one
launch
from-
for
The
these.
new one from Commodore is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Like $300 and you have it. And it has an SD card reader. And
Okay.
everything you need.
So it's a good experience.
And it's FPGA. Yeah, the new one from Commodore is a very good experience.
And so you had nothing on Amiga Forever you didn't get to work. It pretty much covers it all.
Yeah, Amiga Forever works great.
Okay.
And you can put up any version of the Amiga that you want to.
Okay.
You know, like 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, 1,200, they're all in there. Specify whatever kind of virtual hardware
Could
you
they
want.
ever recreate a miniature version of Video Toaster to go with it? Okay. Would that be a legal problem, I guess?
I don't know, because New Tech's still around as a company.
Well, yeah, the lightweight part probably you couldn't do, but everything else you could probably do, right?
You know, if you had a copy of Lightwave, it'll run in the Amiga Forever.
Okay.
But as far as the Video Toaster hardware, I mean, you need hardware to capture.
Yeah. I'm just curious if they'd
I'm sure
go that
Lightwave
far. Because I remember, was it last year, year before, they had the giant Amiga thing over here? And the creator was right there. And they were showing cool, like, Babylon 5 previs stuff. And I go, I've never seen this before. This is amazing. I go, I had the nerve to ask it because I didn't know what he looks like. I said, do you know much about this thing? He goes, I created it. I went, you know.
Yeah, but unlike a lot of the companies, I think New Tech still exists as a company. And
Yeah.
They still hold all those copyrights.
So I mentioned William Shatner before about the VIC-20. So I was at SIGGRAPH one year. And,
Tomczyk around?
sorry?
Did you run into Michael Tomczyk?
No, I don't know all the guys, all the characters, but you know, SIGGRAPH always had a big lightweight booth showing the latest version and all that kind of stuff. So one year, there's two guys walk on stage, William Shatner and Dick Van Dyke. And they're going to talk about lightweight? What the fuck do they know about lightweight? And William Shatner's, I didn't know. He's all like over the top. Dick Van Dyke is a lightweight expert.
Really?
He's a heavy user. He's a power user. And he talked about one day, he was working on this is like,
He's 100 years old now and still kicking it.
this is like 10 years ago, and he was really old back then. But he was on a show, I guess his son was producing on TV, some kind of legal procedural show, whatever. And they were talking about some upcoming scene they had to film. And he goes, oh yeah, Dick, it's might take a while to shoot this episode. We need some set extensions. He goes, I'll do them.
Yeah.
So he took the data home, made the fucking set extensions on his home computer with Lightwave, and brought them back to set. How crazy is that? This is the pratfall guy, the guy who's like a goofy physical comedian who's like a Lightwave expert. It's hilarious. And William Shatner's like, I had no idea. Oh, wow. So what is this thing here?
I'm going to start a physics out.
This is
Disk drive emulator.
who makes this one?
I did.
Oh, no way.
The company that designed these, it's open source now, but they don't make them.
Is it Arduino?
No, it's like it's something similar.
Or Daisy or something like that?
Microcontroller.
Yeah. Is it hard to make?
No, in fact, there's been a couple of different designs that are similar. That one has a display built in and everything.
Yeah.
There was a guy that was making them and selling them.
Like this thing here? Same as that little
Got
guy?
off of eBay.
Yeah. But same idea, basically.
That's a tape drive emulator. But it's
Tape
similar-
drive?
Much simpler interface.
Wow. Yeah, it's so
That
cool.
one there, the 77, they didn't make a disk drive at the day.
Oh, really?
The ROMs in there don't support disk drives.
Oh, wow. But tape was always the standard. Would this interface with one of those giant, like, spinning tape systems, or?
That just takes a digital signal that comes from the tape drive that they designed the output for.
Right.
Somebody
Crazy.
lost their
Oh, yeah.
pushing back.
Yeah, cool stuff. Thank you very much. Do you have this stuff on a website anywhere?
Yeah, there's QR codes on all of these.
Yeah.
So if you use that QR code, it'll take you to my YouTube channel.
Oh, I took a picture of that. Check that out. All right, guys, check out that QR code if you want to see more cool stuff from this guy. Thank you very much. This table's got all kinds of shit going on. Osborne. So here's the Osborne. This is why they had that movie here about Osborne. The lunar lander. You crashed. So it's lunar lander done with ASCII characters, which is hilarious. It's like that game Gorilla on DOS, where you would throw bananas and there were just like parentheses. You throw it around. TI 99. Hey, someone in the chat mentioned this a little bit ago. Here's your TI 99 if you're still watching. Look at that terrible joystick. And they got Dodge 'em. That's an old classic Atari game. I used to play Dodge 'em all the time. The scan lines are not working out too well, but you can still see the action. Wow, look at this. Core memory kit.
And it gets all the data that was in memory, and you write it to disk, and then you can review it.
I hate how YouTube.
So the term
There
core
you go. Now you
dump
can
comes
see it.
from
It's
when
overexposed.
memory was core memory. So that's and within core memory is magnetic, so you can mess with it. And it's where the term core dump
So yeah, core memory. Wow, look at this thing with the micro cassettes. Crazy. E68. Briefcase. Motorola 6800. Yeah. That's crazy.
This is the system like a surplus from the Navy as a teenager.
So, what's the fanciest thing you could do with this back then? What was it? What was the main goal? To teach computing, or could you actually do practical stuff with it?
You could do both. It was built to train engineers
Yeah.
and graduate level college courses. But as a teenager, I hooked it up to relays and transistor switches. I did
Okay.
some early home automation with it.
Okay.
I had it controlling my telescope that I had
Nice.
as a kid. So you could do lots of stuff like you can use with our.
But you couldn't punch in right ascension declination and find stuff with it, could you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How hard was that?
I wrote a big basic program to do that, and then.
And it was accurate.
Yeah, I had a stepper loader. I mean, not as accurate as today's,
Right.
but for the era, it worked.
Damn, that's clever. What year was that?
78.
Oh man, I didn't get something that could do that till like 5 years ago. That's crazy.
Some of the very early dynamic RAM chips, the 1K by 1s, it's
Yeah.
a 32-bit array, 32 by 32 array. The photo transistor sites that store the charge for the bit are actually light sensitive.
Wow.
So you could desolder the metal lid, and I would focus an old camera lens on it, and you could have a black or white image because you'd write all ones, and where there was light,
Yeah.
you'd read back a zero.
Wow.
So I had my own crude CCD camera.
That's
in
wild.
the early 70s. It was the same basic design that then got picked up and was the Cyclops. It was in Popular Electronics.
Okay.
Did you see a couple years ago there was a Cyclops exhibit here, I think by the original creators. Did you get to see that?
Yeah, I was here. I talked to the guy. The information on that was published in some random tech note, and then I found the tech note as a hobbyist and did it. They found it and then produced a kit that they could sell. And theirs they hooked up to an oscilloscope, and for me, I read off with this kit, the ones and zeros, and then I would print it out.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, what do we got here? In a lab coat.
Which CPU or processor does that? Okay.
Olson 8080 computer.
I can look at Teletech right up to my old. I didn't even add a card.
Okay, this is the, I believe this is the European/British table. A lot of ZX Spectrum and other Z80 stuff. Education computer system from Germany. Wow, look at this thing. So the towers of Hanoi. Really cool 3D graphics on the oscilloscope. That's great. That's awesome. Primitive controller in here.
All what's left is a motherboard here. The case got destroyed, and I could have this to the 16 position. And yeah, we have so many in the
Computer system.
Radio Shack got like a science micro.
Our computer master lab. Philips Experimentier Technique. That's wild. That is wild.
So this was a more serious proposition, but it was also earlier.
Raspberry Pi running RISC OS.
I like to see what I have in a box.
This is Acorn. BBC Computer Literacy Project. We need one of those here. QR code for later. Acorn BBC Master 128.
The paper chase we are following is probably one of the world's most complex, routine, large volume
MK14 microcomputer. Science of Cambridge. Look at that little ZX80. Dixon's. I remember you guys talking about Dixon's, you guys in the UK. Heard that name before. Look how tiny that thing is. It's crazy. Micro Man. It's actually live playing. Let's see. Got a joystick here. Oh yeah. Oh, I just got killed. Mayhem, huh? Get ready. Here we go. So you have to pick up stuff and not get killed. Oh, I got killed. Some pairs, yeah, Spectrum. So yeah, that's much fancier than this little guy. I think this came out as a Timex Sinclair. I never saw this in this country. Yeah, bigger one over there. Little printer for it. Little joystick.
There's some Spectrums, and probably you know, but there was a brand in Argentina that produced the Sinclair.
Very slow motorcycle chase there.
It's called the C setup.
Yeah, yeah.
This has
yeah.
proper QWERTY keys on it. That's pretty cool.
You can see it if you go to Cambridge. There's a museum in Cambridge.
Oh, yeah. I've been there many times. Yeah.
Everything you've ever wanted.
Okay,
It was
yeah,
made
yeah.
over there.
For your
Okay,
ZX
oh, really?
Spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
If you go
Auto
there,
analyzer. Wow.
as-
Look at that.
when you enter,
Yeah.
the first thing you see is
Okay.
It's
Oh,
microdrive.
Argentina
There's a fancy one.
No.
ZX Spectrum 3. Ghouls and Ghosts. It's actually playable, and I got a joystick here. Let's see.
They had an exhibition like this. Coincidentally, while I was there.
Looks pretty good so far.
I visited that.
Yeah, I went
Yeah, there we go.
last year.
Yeah, it's not bad. Ah,
It was
somebody
my
killed.
partner that got me into it. So it was about 15 years ago. There was a vintage computer festival in the UK. It was run by a friend of
Killed
mine
me.
out of Collection Park. And I bought an 8-core machine.
ZXE?
inside the area. And that's
You guys ever
where
seen
my
that
hobby
before?
started. And then from there,
Got over here. Our auction. Oh, I've seen these guys before. They were here last year. They have a lot of really rare, expensive stuff, including original Apple. Look at that old mouse. Damn it. Ollie Roller mouse. Amazing. Why is that clicking on the Apple II data display interface with WAS? Speaking of WAS, it's supposed to be here at 2 o'clock, I think. Wow, look at that. This is pad 110. Is that a prototype?
No, it's not. Actually, they gave the first 400.
Really?
They gave out were clear.
So I bought a 120 when it was new. I worked at Apple for a while.
Oh yeah.
And I still love it. It's pretty cool. It's very,
awesome.
but they were so big, and then the 2000 got even bigger. It's like go the other way.
Yeah.
Because Palm was killing him, right?
Exactly.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, there's an old iPhone. White magazine. So what's some of the crazier things you have that you can't pull out?
In the auction,
Yeah.
so I didn't bring the Apple ones. Apple ones are pretty. I mean, there's so many pieces.
Yeah. Has the wooden case and everything?
Yeah. Well, this one is actually pretty cool because they took a typewriter case.
Oh yeah, look at that.
They embedded it inside of it, and it came out of Israel. So the
Wow.
guys, the consignor's dad was a professor.
Yeah.
The professor in California flew it out in the typewriter case, and it was pristine since
Wow.
1977.
That's cool. They used to have one on display at Fry's Electronics. You ever
Yeah.
see that one?
Yeah.
That was a real one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that worth?
3 to 500 grand.
Wow.
My favorite piece of the auction, and I couldn't bring. Was the Stealth iPod. So that's
What?
dude, and it's like that big. It's massive.
Stealth my ass, right?
Yeah, I know.
So when did that come out?
So that was the first iPod,
First one?
first one, and then that's how they hit it, obviously.
What year? Okay. Because I worked at Apple. One of my stints there was in, I worked at the company store. It was the only store
Yeah.
on Infinite Loop.
Yeah.
And it's like 95, 96.
Yeah.
And this guy I met in the new media group invited me to his office. I wasn't supposed to go there because I'm not cleared to go in there, but he didn't care. And he showed me, hey, check this out. And he had a massive library. Oh, yeah, there you go. Remember that place? That's where I worked.
Yeah.
And he had a massive library of music on his computer. And I go, what's that? He goes, oh, it's this new thing we're working on. It's proto iTunes. And he showed me all. So he was supposed to show me all that shit, but he did anyway. This is a guy who we used to play network games at someone's house, bring a bunch of computers, play Spectre or some other kind of game, and then copy software, all that kind of shit. He brought a proto out of work, covered up. It wasn't obviously not supposed to take a proto out of work. And we say, hey, what's going on there? And he goes, I can't open it up. I'll bring it here. I'm already risking that, but I'm not going to open it up because if you saw what's in this thing, I'd be really busted because it was a boring case that had like new guts inside of it. And he was, of course, kicking our asses because he had the fastest computer on the table. But it was crazy times back then. Proto iTunes, and I never saw that massive iPad. The iPod, that's crazy. Yeah. What is that worth?
There's never been one on the market before.
Okay.
So I would say.
Is there only one left?
So he was the guy that to keep them all from. He locked them all in.
Yeah.
And he kept these.
What's the memory on it?
5 gigs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it had a 30-pin interface, or what did it have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that was all the same.
Yep.
Wow. What a crazy.
It could sell. It's one of those things. Like
Yeah.
people with big money, two people.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could sell for 50 grand. It could sell for 250 grand.
And how do you get that catalog? You have to buy membership, or how do you?
No. So we send them to our clients.
Okay.
But you can shoot me an email.
Yeah.
Just grab my
Okay, I got the card. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's nice. I like that.
So we do one for every auction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every year?
So we do two Apple auctions a year.
2 a year. Okay.
With vintage tech in there, but we
Yeah.
do 28 other auctions.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah, that's cool.
This is the best piece.
What is it? Dear Mr. Wozniak. I can't read who it's from. What is it? Alexander Zink.
He was
Wow.
14 years old when they sent him a letter,
Wow.
and everybody signed it.
Steve Jobs and team. Huh. So this is Apple II era.
Yeah.
Because Wozniak was gone before Macintosh,
It
right?
was 84.
Okay.
So it
Oh,
was,
just before Macintosh. Because he was he on the Mac project, got booted, or he just left? I forgot.
he was on the Mac project, and then booted in 85.
Okay. By Jobs or
Yeah.
what an asshole. But they needed him to, when he came back, he fixed the company.
He did.
It's a shame he died when he did because I can't stand Tim Cook.
Well, he's gone now, right?
Yeah, but
Transition.
how much damage did he do while he was there? You know? And all this kissing up the Trump bullshit and all that. That's not an Apple thing, you know.
Different company.
Yeah. Hope the new guy's good. I don't know much about him.
Nobody does.
I liked. I was not a fan of a bunch of those guys, but I thought Federighi was good.
Yeah.
He's one of the best speakers they ever had. I guess he's maybe not leader material, but
I don't know. Imagine running a $1 trillion.
but he's better than Schiller. Schiller doesn't do good presentations. So one of my last gigs there, I was doing QA for Aperture software.
Yeah.
And one day I'm walking through the hallway with Phil Schiller's personal, was it a Canon? It was one of their like $15,000 body cameras. It was a 40 megapixel DSLR.
Yeah.
And it's Phil Schiller's personal camera that I had to borrow from the thing to do a test suite. And I'm like, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. Because he was still there. But yeah, I never liked the guy, but he was there a long time. Is he still there?
I don't know.
Yeah. So there's some characters there for sure, but
Sure.
it was a hell of a fun place to work though.
Yeah.
I mean, they always use the term the Camelot for the Kennedy era and stuff like that. It was like fucking Camelot when I worked at Apple because in the media group, they gave us free food trucks. They gave us all these like special events. Like somebody came on site to make ice cream tacos one day. It's like just all these little events we had. As a company, we had the big concerts and stuff in the big quad. So like, I'm not a fan, but like One Republic would come and do a show, or Lady Antebellum would come and do a show. Before I came back, Tony Bennett did a Christmas thing one year. When Steve Jobs died, they had a memorial for him with Alicia Keys and I think Coldplay. Both came and did a thing. It's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
But that's how much pull that guy had and how big Apple was at the time.
I mean, he loves music.
when I was working at the company store, I made friends with a guy in the coffee shop downstairs. It was a private coffee shop, and it was called Ooh La La. And this is in the early days of the iTunes, like I said. So suddenly you'd see like Herbie Hancock walking through the lobby and you go, what's he doing here? It's like we're recording all the musicians to get ready for this launch. So people kept mentioning like Stevie Wonder was there one day, and this guy was there, and this guy was there. And he saw them all because he's at the coffee shop.
So they all went there.
And I'm upstairs, so I don't get to see all that shit. And I just heard all this stuff. Occasionally I see people walking through.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's a crazy time back then.
It's like the beginning of rock.
Yeah, and it was just, the environment was fun. And the cafeteria was awesome. The food was great. And the parties were good. And it just, even though I was on that contract here, it felt amazing to be there. And now it's like, it probably doesn't feel like that anymore. But, yeah, cool. I'll send you an email. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Apple watches, Apple cufflinks, belt buckle, pen. Crazy. And I already showed this earlier, I think. No, it's a different TI-99 with a double button joystick. Looks like an Atari, but who's the guy running this thing? Gotta ask him a question. Looks like a modded thing called Parsec. That's kind of cool, actually. Parsec. So I saw Lady Altitude in the chat earlier. I went back when I was zooming in. It popped up. Here's your TI-99 again. I showed one earlier. But a pretty cool looking game. Looks like Scramble in the arcade. Challenger 1P. Graphics demo. Is this your setup? Is that a modified Apple joystick with the two buttons? I've never seen one like that before.
No, it's new.
It's weird, right?
It's an Atari joystick.
So it is
compatible.
Atari.
Yeah, I think both buttons do the same thing. I think.
Oh, okay. So for ambidextrous kind of.
Yeah, like left-handers.
Yeah. What? When was that made? Because I've never seen that before.
I just ordered them.
Oh, it's a new thing.
Yeah, because the ones I brought were really terrible.
I know. I was always trying to repair them when I was a kid.
Yes.
With glue and tape, and finally I just said, "Fuck it, I'll just buy some other ones." But I ended up buying those Wico joysticks. They last forever. Wico, the W. It looks like a baseball bat with a button on the top.
Yeah.
Red, and they're arcade quality with the leaf switches.
Do they still make?
No, but there are a million of them online.
Oh yeah.
Mine still works from the 80s.
Oh, look that up.
WICO. They made trackballs, various joysticks, but they felt amazing.
Yep.
They're durable as hell, and nothing's gonna break because it's just leaf contacts.
And these were not.
No, they were just piezo discs with little plastic things pushing on them. You feel the click.
Yep.
And so, I mean, they were comfortable because they had a flex. They weren't rigid. But, when you're into stuff and you're cranking it around, it just, you feel it break and you go, oh. So poor design, right?
Yeah, so I have one that worked, and I was like, oh, it's probably going to break, so I got a couple new ones. These work really well.
And even this era 3D printing, you really couldn't print a proper replacement for that internal because it's not strong and flexible. It's one or the other.
That's true.
So it's like, it was a weird design.
Yeah, and it was probably just cheap to make.
Very cheap. Because just everything was just a board.
Yep.
And kind of like remember those little things you put over your keyboard to use the joystick on the ASCII keys?
Really?
It's like a version of that, but in a stick. I don't know if you ever saw those. They even sold them for laptops. They would snap in, and you just
like you could do the
rock. You just rock it. It's like pushing your fingers, but it's a stick.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was a little aftermarket thing they made for games. Because not everybody wanted to buy a joystick back then for PC games.
Yeah, and now the new ones are pretty good. They
Yeah.
have some more expensive ones that
Really?
and someone told me there's one for Apple for Atari actually that emulates the paddles.
Oh yeah.
So the buttons, they can do extra buttons.
Oh,
because
cool.
It pretends to move the paddle.
Yeah, because the paddles are weird. And they also had the Indy car racers, which weren't like the paddles. They had they were infinite spin. The paddles had a start and stop, and the Indy paddles kept going and going and going. So you really had to have both. You couldn't just use the paddle as a car thing, unless you want to spin the car around real quick and go the other way, you know. But yeah, I'm an old school user, but I've never used this system before. Was it considered pretty good?
No, it was pretty slow, and it was. I think it first came out at $1,000, which is a lot of money back then.
The graphics aren't bad. This is a pretty good version of Scramble.
The 9918 in here. MSX computers, if you know what those are.
I've heard about them and never used them.
They use the same chip. It's got sprites and stuff.
Yeah.
The chip's really cool, and they have a 16-bit processor in this, but it's hobbled by, it only has a 1/4K of RAM.
Okay.
And all the rest of the RAM has to go through the video chip to get.
Was it meant to compete with like an Atari 400 or something? Okay.
800, 400.
Yeah.
But it was too expensive.
Yeah.
And
where were they sold? I never saw them here. Is it more East Coast or Europe or?
They were sold through the U.S.
Okay.
And they'd show up at places like Toys R Us.
Because Apple dominated this area so much.
Oh yeah.
I never saw Commodore 64. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I never saw these. I never saw. I barely saw Atari computers. They're around.
It's interesting.
Yeah, Apple really dominated stuff.
It's interesting. See, I grew up in Seattle.
Okay.
So different. But I can expect it here.
So Commodore was up in Seattle.
Everything.
Yeah. Yeah. They. It's almost like how Tesla tries to create a foothold and don't allow the Chinese cars to come in and stuff like that. It's like Apple's kind of that strong. They kind of.
Yeah, well, I remember when you could get them at, they got them at school. They have discounts for school.
We always had them at school.
That's the first place where I played with them.
Yeah,
was at school.
we never had. I mean, I had Atari 2600, but I never had a home computer growing up. I always go to friends' houses or school, and my first computer, my brother won at a senior all-night party at Homestead High. Wozniak donated the computer to the school because he went there, and my brother barely got it because he was going to leave, and he stayed. He had to be present to win, and he got a Mac 128K worth $3,300 at the time, and that got me started with computers without even knowing it. Yeah.
Did you hear Woz might be here today?
Yeah, 2:00 at the auditorium. So what time is it now? I can't tell what's in.
Sorry, it's
105. Okay, thanks. YouTube blocks the camera settings, blocks the clock, and blocks the battery. So I'm on YouTube. I can't see shit. Terrible app. Yeah. It dominates the interface. They don't allow it to peek through at all. So I've had the thing die on me. The battery's dead. Who knew, right?
It's annoying.
It's a bad design. Apple should not allow them to do that because Apple's very strict with their apps. You should never block the camera because I don't wear a watch because of the clock here, right? So a lot of times when I'm doing a lot of recording around events, I'll wear some kind of a cheap watch just so I know what time it is.
That's annoying.
Stupid, right? But yeah, I've heard about these but never really saw them.
So you started with a Mac, huh?
Yeah, well, Apple II, young age, school friends. A couple friends had Atari,
But your first computer was...
Yeah, I saw 400s and 800s, but didn't really use them much. And then a friend bought a 1200 because by then they were really cheap. They weren't new anymore. They were on the market for several years, and we started playing around with that. And there was a video game construction set that lets you actually start to make your own games.
Protobund or something?
Yeah, and it was like, so I actually started drawing out panels for taking some of my favorite movies and trying to make games out of them. But I had to go to my friend's house to work on it. It's his thing. So I always ran out of time. And just as a kid, as a high school, I was all over the place. So I abandoned the project. But I had these drawings for years of panels I was going to try to make games. I wish I had finished them because it would have been fun. I was trying to make the movie Dawn of the Dead from 1978, flesh-eating zombies. So I was going to make a Dawn of the Dead side-scrolling game because no one had one. And then it wasn't until Resident Evil came out on PlayStation. And then I found another game by Sega Soft called Flesh Feast. And it's a little 3D, kind of like Postal, little tiny 3D characters in a shitty kind of 3D environment with a mall and escalators and zombies and weapons and stuff. The idea was fun. It was not a fun game, but the idea was fun. And then Dead Rising came out later with much better graphics and the whole photographic thing where you're taking pictures of zombies and stuff. But I could have been one of the first ones to make a zombie game because no one was making it. But yeah, I just didn't have the patience or the time to finish it. But I made some really fun drawings of like, ooh, we could do the car. Like I loved the game Narc. It's a Williams game where two guys go around shooting things. It came out later, but I played other games that had driving in it where you can like hit things and stuff. I thought, well, I can do this scene where they have the zombies getting hit by the car in the mall. I could have a side-scrolling car hitting zombies, and then another one you shoot things.
Do you want to play then?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so...
is that Tutankhamun, or what is that?
It's a type-in game called Escape from Epsilon.
Oh, wow.
So it's all in I think...
Is it good?
It's all basic. It's decent it's a type-in game, so not bad.
I've never seen this model. How old is that?
It's newer than... I mean, it came after the 800 and all that. So
Yeah.
the time the 520 came out.
So it's like a more budget model? Yeah, Escape from Epsilon.
Yeah, it's got 128K in it.
Okay.
So it's...
Does it have MIDI ports? Could you do music with it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. That was more the ST.
Yeah, the ST. That was such a fantastic machine for me.
Again, no one I knew had one, so I never got to really play them.
Yeah, I bought an ST and no one had any programs. So.
Yeah. What do you think of the VIC-20?
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I remember the William Shatner commercials, but no one I knew had them.
Yeah.
We saw the ads, but no one ever had them.
Yeah, well, they were at Toys R Us. Oh, you're right, here.
Yeah?
But where I found them was at Toys R Us. Do you know the language foreign?
Which one?
The fourth language?
No.
Anyway, they came out, you could go to Toys R Us and buy like business software.
Oh, yeah?
It was hilarious. To get your computer from the toy store.
So you only had the keyboard and the joystick. There's no mouse equivalent back then or anything like that? No other kind of controller, right? So, and then that's a 2E, nice. Classic. Yeah, Apples are everywhere. And I got into Macs because my brother got that thing. And then the rest is history. So I got into PCs way later because work and also just more like Apple was dominating media for a while, and then all of a sudden video games, video software, and music got better on the PC than it did on the Mac. They screwed up. So I started doing a lot more exclusive PC stuff for years, but I always loved the Mac. And then at one point I said, I want to get a modern Mac because it's been a long time. And so like 2014, I got a laptop. And
those are nice, those white laminate.
No, the silver with the optical drive is what the last optical drive one they made. Really nice. And I installed like Boot Camp on there and had all kinds of cool shit on there. But
that's funny because they're some of the better Windows computers.
That's what they said. I actually met one of the guys who worked on Boot Camp. He made an internal thing at Apple for re-imaging computers quickly, so we could do our test beds and stuff. So that was really fun. But one of my friends was working there doing QA, and he told me, hey, there's some job openings, you should check it out. Go through this agency called Modus at the time, and it was a great way to get in there and get a great job, and I did. And all because I bought that computer 6 months before, heard there was an opening for Aperture Photo Software test, never used the program in my life, got a bootleg version of Aperture, studied the hell out of it for like 3 or 4 days, and went to the interview and nailed it. So,
And now, yeah, I got
but I was always good at that because we'd go to we'd have these gatherings of playing video games and copying software, and I would get Premiere and Photoshop and all this stuff, and I would just study the shit out of it without the real manuals, and just the passion of learning it and loving it, so I could easily do it with the Aperture software. And because I knew camera stuff really well, and I did camera stuff for so long, I was like a shoo-in. Unfortunately, they couldn't keep me because they have a big turnover for contractors. And my boss literally told me if I had a head count, I would hire you. But I can't. We don't have any head count. So I had to find another position there and then went somewhere else. But that was how it was back then. You could just, get something, study real quick, and get a job in it. You didn't have to be an expert because you could prove you had the aptitude for it.
Yeah, I've got some jobs that way.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I interview people and they bring in an AI written letter. And then I ask them about the stuff that's on there. And I don't blame them because we use AI software to filter out the people.
Yeah.
So they got to have the keywords in there. And then I ask them, like, what is, name some examples of this thing you have in there. And they can't name anything.
I don't know.
I know.
Hold on. ChatGPT, what is the...
And they don't even do their homework.
I know.
They're putting out like 300 resumes because you can...
Yeah.
You can have an AI program to do that?
I bug my girlfriend all the time. She's addicted to ChatGPT. I said, do not run your life by that thing. Not only does it make you lazy, but it gives you a lot of wrong information. Even factual things like historic dates and facts and figures and stuff. Do not rely on it. It's a tool. I use it when I'm driving. I do a lot of rideshare stuff on the side to make money. And sometimes an idea comes in my head. I can't type while I'm driving, but I quickly go, hey, ChatGPT, what's that thing from this again? How do I do that? And it'll give me a bunch of stuff. I'll screenshot it, and I'll later go use it on my music software. Yeah, you just hit the little... I don't pay for the fancy version. That's real time. I just hit the little microphone, talk to it. Yeah, you just hit the microphone, talk to it, and then hit the send button, and it figures out its thing. It spits back a whole bunch of shit you can read, and I'll pull over real quick. I'll go, cool, and I'll snapshot it, and then keep driving. And then when I get home, I have all this data, like stuff from my keyboards, my synthesizers I can try, something I wanted to try, or somebody told me about something when I'm driving around about some music thing, and I'll ask questions about that. Dr. Dobbs.
That's okay.
So getting close to 2 o'clock, I get ready to go see the Wozniak thing, whatever it is. Let's get a little lesson on the esoteric interface there. Yeah, Vic 20. That's the second one I've seen at the show. I've never seen one in person before. There's some stats on it. They should be playing the William Shatner commercial at the table. This is a thing called Speed Maze on the Apple II. I never tried that game before. Anyway, check out, I don't avoid ChatGPT, I just don't rely on it.
Yeah.
So it's a very useful tool, especially like I said, if I'm hands-free, I'm driving around, I just talk to it once in a while, get an answer, snapshot it, because it does clear out once in a while, and then I go back and review all my snapshots.
My sister-in-law got her retirement advice and did her stocks and bonds and it did it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then the funny part was she got mad at it. So she came back a week later and told it off. She told how bad a program it was and all that. I'm like, you really don't understand how this software works.
Yeah, it doesn't care.
No,
it is a disembodied little thing.
But I I tried. I was in the hotel this morning and
Yeah.
I needed a banner display, so I just asked it to find a program. It'll make up its own, which probably might be wrong, but I had it just search the internet.
Yeah.
And I found one, and it made me all that display right there.
I mean, it's
Typed it in, it worked first time.
it's useful. I have some friends who've actually designed guitar pedals and other circuits
Cool.
with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So make me a program that does this, make me a circuit that does this, and this,
Yep.
and it gives you a goddamn schematic
Yeah, it's amazing. It'll
and
give
stuff,
you an
and
SVG
and then you go
schematic.
solder, and it works.
Yep.
So it's not useless,
Yeah.
but it's useless, like you said, for that financial stuff, facts and figures, historic events, life choices. I mean, I've heard people ask relationship advice on there.
No,
Don't do that.
My wife does that. And it's a little disturbing about her, not me, about her relatives.
I mean, I trust it more than I trust like Dr. Laura or some idiot like that. But it's still just, first of all, read a book that's well researched. Go to a proper website that's properly vetted. People are losing that ability, and that's the bare minimum.
Yep.
You say, oh, I did my research. Oh, you went to some web pages? That's not research.
And
But
all
now they're
those-
so lazy, they just go ChatGPT.
And well, what's even worse, I won't go on about it, but what's worse is there's a guy, they're fixing bugs at work in software that I have to work with.
Oh, and your code goes online, and then people can steal it.
No,
Yeah.
it's local. They
Yeah.
have a local version
Oh, okay.
of Claude.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
Enclave, whatever. But they fixed a bug, and it took me the whole day. I couldn't figure it out. But they fixed the bug. But the disturbing part is they just took the ChatGPT thing and pasted it in, tested it once, and checked it in. They didn't change any of the text or anything. I said, how does it work? What did it fix? They couldn't tell me. And I'm like, really? I don't want to work here.
Yeah.
Maybe my programming days are numbered.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because that was so scary that.
Yeah, that's irresponsible.
And they will review my code.
Yeah.
They thought I could do no wrong.
And because, like you said, they didn't check it, they didn't verify it. It could be stolen code from somebody else. Could be lots of proprietary stuff. And you won't find out maybe 10 years later. Maybe you made a successful company, and someone goes, by the way, you're using my code, lawsuit.
We have to do that.
You know.
And I've had that happen. We found, someone found we were using their library, and they sued us.
That's why, as a musician, I don't use, I use samples for fun, for projects, but I don't use random samples because you can't license anything. You can never make any money off of it if you wanted to. And it's just lazy, right? So it just, make this stuff yourself, you know? Like this AI music stuff is pretty crappy. It's getting better, but it's pretty crappy and it's extremely lazy. If you say I made music with AI, you're not a musician. It's doing stuff for you. You're missing the joy of creating stuff, the ups and the downs, the collaborative stuff with real people, sitting in a room doing jams and all that kind of shit. There's something to be said for that an AI thing will never do. And people miss the whole point. Collaborative work, happy accidents, human interaction.
I am seeing, though, I could say for things that don't have to do with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I need to solve a side issue that I don't need to be an expert in.
Yeah,
it's very helpful.
Like I said, I use it driving around, asking it questions. It's very useful for lots of things. But I'll never make that the last word on anything I do. I won't make it a fact that I memorize. I won't make it something I'm going to depend on. But I know so many people that it's their lifeline now. Just like people have their phones as their life, ChatGPT on their phone is the most important thing they ever use. And that's sad.
But a lot of people here even talk about writing their own code for micros and stuff using ChatGPT. I have
As a non-coder, I would do that because I'm lazy.
Yeah, well, I wrote some Arduino stuff. I had it write something for me, and I put it in, and it worked first time.
I need that because I've done some sketch things that didn't work for some reason. So.
Yeah, I'm impressed. The thing that impressed me most, I had a 1978 Tektronix scope, and I asked it. I had a power supply issue with it. It's been sitting there under my bench for a long time. It It OCR scanned the schematics.
Yeah.
It knew where the capacitors were on the schematic. It could tell me where they were on which board. It gave me debugging tips
Yeah.
to find bad caps.
Yeah.
It told me how to check, isolate which board was from and all that.
Yeah.
It told me which jacks to check. Which
It's
pins.
really useful.
And I did exactly what it said, and I found the bad
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah, like lately I've been seeing with running AC in my car a lot and stuff. I'll park somewhere and I'll see weird pools of water in different spots. I go, am I leaking? Is this a problem? So I asked and he goes, well, here's some things you could check. It's probably your AC drainage, which is normal. There's condensation from this and that. So you will find pools of water by this door, under the engine, stuff I never would have thought of, right? Because I'm not a supercar guy. So again, I'm not shitting on it at all. It's very useful, but you can't make it the final word on a term paper, on a job interview,
Well, in my case, like software.
code, all that kind of stuff. It's an assistant, and it's wonderful for that. And again, it can do stuff for me while I'm driving, which is cool, because something comes in your head, it's going to be gone. You better get it out quick. And I can't type when I'm driving. So it's useful for that. And even other things. I heard, like I've been driving a lot lately, they see these, I don't know if you noticed this, in some neighborhoods you see these kind of purple lights in some neighborhoods where like the street lights are not white, they're purple. Almost like it was intentional. But I thought, is this some kind of, is like a disturbance? Maybe the purple light is unsettling. They want to keep people out of an area or something. And I said, what is this? I asked a bunch of passengers, have they noticed in their area why it's doing that? Nobody knows. I just asked it for fun. Hey, what is this with the purple lights I'm seeing in Redwood City and all this kind of stuff? I said, well, it's probably the fact that they don't change their LED lighting very often. And since they're based on UV lights and stuff and coatings and stuff, the light, as they're losing their lifespan, they'll go from white to purple. And they haven't changed them yet.
Interesting. So that's just indicative that the city's not maintaining it.
So you see them failing all over the place. It's a sign of laziness, and that's very cool information. Because I did a couple web searches that didn't give them that much information. It was some was conspiratorial stuff, like in purple light you can't see your veins. They want to keep druggies out of the area. It's like, well, that's kind of plausible, I guess, but weird, right?
Yeah.
And then sure enough, it's because so many cities are using non-incandescent lighting now. It's all LED-based lighting. As they start to fail, they go through these color changes.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. My brother doesn't know electronics.
Yeah.
But he built a solar array and everything, inverter and all that, and he got the city to bless it. He used AI for all of that. And he had a greenhouse, and he had to write code for a controller to control hot and cold temperatures.
Yeah.
And he wrote the code and he just puts it in. He's not a programmer at all. I was super impressed.
It does let you be more independent in some ways. But I think for creative stuff and for intellectual stuff, it's probably a bad thing.
Also, I think they did some recent, it was like a like Princeton kind of place.
Yeah.
Anyway, they found that 40% of the undergrads in class had used ChatGPT because they do a little trick. You put white text or white on white or something, and it goes into the prompt if you just cut and paste it.
Yeah.
And they found that 40% is not.
Well, think of all the
I would never have cheated in school.
Well, think of all the plagiarism even before all this stuff. Like people, as a kid, copying out of the encyclopedia and not referencing stuff, not doing your bibliography, right? That's been going on forever, but now it's so easy to do that.
I mean, it used to be Cliff Notes.
Yeah, or even worse, just straight out of a book and no references.
Yeah.
I mean, even Joe Biden in the 80s was busted for plagiarizing a Lincoln speech and not attributing it.
Yeah, but now they're having it generated.
Yeah.
And it's
So
amazing.
so cheating is now enhanced.
Yeah, and I saw during COVID, I saw all the kids. One of my kids was going to school during COVID, and I saw how they were cheating with Google, and I'm sure if it happened now, they'd be just cheating with ChatGPT.
I'd interview some candidates in other sites. When at one company, I had a lot of authority more than usual. I wasn't a manager, but I had, as a kind of supervisor thing, my manager let me take the reins of some stuff. And he says, hey, we're going to hire these guys in our India offices. Can you interview them? So I came up with a cool I did some basic searches of interview questions, pared them down, reworded them my own way, also had some of my own ideas, and create some pretty bulletproof interviews for stuff. And I would hear these guys, because they weren't video, they were just audio, and I hear guys typing in the background. It's like they're Google searching questions I asked them. I'm like, so okay. And then I asked them some stuff, and that's why I specifically added questions that were too hard to Google. They were very practical, real world things. Like, for example, we had a series of PCs and Macs we give to employees to use. And there was a known PC problem with one of the models where the Wi-Fi switch is on the outside. And they would put their laptop in the bag, they would hit the Wi-Fi switch, and they go, I can't connect to the network, what's wrong with my thing? So they go through all this painstaking checking of, did you check the host file? Did you check some DNS settings? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I said, did you know that there's a switch on some laptops that actually can disable, it could do it with a keyboard on some, and some had a hardware switch. And they never even thought about that. They went to because again, they went to the search or their program for these basic answers.
Well, we got actually told that what they're doing now is
Yeah.
they have someone else doing it off camera, and so they tell you all the tells.
Oh, yeah.
Like if there's a delay in the response, then they're having it recorded.
When I was in high school, SATs were being taken by paid professionals because they didn't check IDs back then. And one of my brother's friends made a lot of money because he was a very smart guy, taking SATs for people and getting them into schools they didn't deserve to be in. When all else fails, reboot, right?
There you go.
What
Anyway.
year was this?
What?
What year was this?
What year? What do you think? 1980?
Well, that one just popped up at 81, but
A long time ago.
yeah. What time is it again, by the way? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got.
Yeah, I want to catch that 2 o'clock Waz thing.
1:30.
Okay, so half an hour. Cool. Yeah, this is really cool. Thanks for nice chatting with you. And it's cool to see half of these things I've never seen before. So,
Yeah, I'm happy to bring.
especially that. What is that guy?
It's an Ohio Scientific 6502.
So you built it?
No, I didn't build it. I bought it.
You bought it, okay. Because it looks homemade.
It is homemade. And
Yeah.
this sheet metal and all this. Normally it would come. It's called a super board or a C1B, and you just get the board. It had the keyboard on it, and it was just bare.
And it's Challenger 1P. Is that the name?
Yeah. It's really quirky. It's only got 23 columns across.
Yeah.
And if you don't have shift key down, it doesn't, the characters are weird.
So what's the fanciest thing you can do with it?
Lots of stuff. You can put
Huh?
a disk drive on it, it would work like any of these.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
It just has a small display. Only 23 columns kind of limits what you can do.
So it's better than an Altair.
It's basically like a VIC 20.
VIC 20, really?
monochrome.
Okay.
Yep. About as fast.
Wow.
Anyway, but it was a kit. You could solder the whole thing and build it.
Yeah.
So someone came by and he still works on them and writes programs. He gave me his email.
Oh, yeah?
He's going to send me some games.
Oh, cool.
So I had ChatGPT make this in the morning, and I typed it in today, and it all worked. So,
Nice.
well, almost. It doesn't know. You can't put colons. If you make the lines too long,
Yeah.
when it reads back in, it truncates the line.
Ah.
So it was 90% there, and once I
So,
fix that, it all works.
so why do you think it messed that part up?
I don't know, because maybe...
Because if it got that far, how did it screw that up?
I don't know. I think maybe a different version of this.
Oh, okay.
ROM or
Right.
whatever. Yeah. But I'm not going to complain because
Hey.
I wake up in the morning and I do that and I brush my teeth and
Yeah?
and there's a program and I print it out and type it in.
Well, it's like I'm a big
This is very low stakes.
I'm a big synthesizer guy, and so there's back when the Yamaha DX7 came out, there's this fat book of patches, right? And you would go through and manually put all the numbers in. But I never considered going to ChatGPT and say, hey, make me some weird FM patch that would sound like this, and it would give me all the shit.
Would.
So I should try that.
You did synths, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I was.
My primary channel is music and technology and demos, podcasts, stuff like that. So,
we did. I was up in Seattle, and my friends were. It was a bit of a groupie.
Yeah.
My friends had a DX7.
Yeah.
And a drum.
People shit on them, but they're very powerful.
The drum kit and all that.
Yeah.
They did pretty good.
Well, so I've actually.
A lot of bars getting drunk and stuff.
Oh yeah, I've actually met and attended lectures at Stanford campus. John Channing, who basically discovered FM synthesis, licensed it from Stanford to Yamaha, and the rest is history. They made a shitload of money from Stanford from that, and Stanford made a boatload of money from them using it and making it exclusive. Casio had to have a workaround hack called phase distortion, which is really another type of FM. And so to speak, because the patches sound almost identical than a DX7, but they couldn't say it's FM. And even technically, the Yamaha FM is phase modulation, not frequency modulation. But again, it's within that realm of FM where they sound similar and stuff.
You just listen to the music from that time, and you can definitely tell.
Oh yeah.
TX7.
For sure, and they sound great. And a lot of even the system boards for games and stuff use FM boards.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis, FM. Yep. All that music was FM.
I remember the chip you could buy for that.
Yeah, OPL3, I think it was called.
Exactly.
And there's even an emulator you can buy for the Mac and PC called OPL3, and it emulates the chipset, and you get beautiful, perfect sounds out of that on your computer. You don't have to buy the hardware. So it's crazy.
All the MIDI stuff from back then.
Oh yeah.
Atari STs.
Well, MIDI basically was a combination of Dave Smith from Sequential Circuits and Kakahashi-san from Roland getting together and agreeing on a standard. And Korg came to the table and Yamaha came to the table. But
we have a special presentation happening in 30 minutes with Paul Terrell and our special guest, Steve Wozniak. So, if you want to try to make it in to Hahn Auditorium, you better go line.
Probably go now, because I'm sure there's a horrible line. Thanks, Line. See you, yeah.
Make sure to form an orderly line. Try not to shove anybody.
All right, don't want to miss this, so I have to get in line. Sure, there's already a line there because people know about it. All right, let's see how this turns out. Oh yeah, there's already a fucking line here. Boy, oh boy, is there a line. I'll just stand in the back of the room, I don't care. Is that? And the line's over here. Damn. You filled the whole space.
Stand by this.
Thank you.
Just stand behind this one.
All right. So I think it's time to bust out my battery just so I don't lose anything. I'll say one thing, you guys here are disciplined and orderly. They did exactly what he said, unlike a lot of gatherings you would attend. People go, what? I don't know what to do. Alright, so now I got my battery. Okay. Now we just hurry up and wait. I think Wozniak's on this wall somewhere. I don't remember where he is though. Might be further down the wall. If you want to see all these in detail, I did a quick walkthrough yesterday, taking a shot of every panel. So this event with Woz is to celebrate 50th anniversary of something Apple. I don't think it's the Apple One, but it might be. So there's going to be several former Apple employees in the room, and Woz is the guest of honor. So sorry for the delay, but it is what it is. I don't want to stop the stream and restart it, so just hang in there. Okay, now the room is officially full. Short of being a fire hazard. It says maximum occupancy 49. There's probably about 200 people in here. They got tired of waiting. Off they go. Does this start at 2 o'clock? Do you know? Is it almost time? Is it? Okay. Hopefully we get to get in early instead of getting right at 2 o'clock. Grab a seat. Civilized. What's that?
We're gonna start moving slowly. The first 2 rows are fully reserved. Please do not take any of those seats.
Here we go. Here we go. Line out the door also.
But I'm also amazed nobody
By the way, that guy that said I'm also amazed, I'm pretty sure that was my schoolmate in either elementary school or high school. He looks very familiar. I think he used to work at Apple and may still work there. There it is. Already getting pretty full. I'm gonna hang out in the back. As the speakers will get the audio anyway, so it doesn't have to be up front. And I have the power of Zoom. Perfect spot right in the back here. I get to sit for a while, thank goodness. Time to get the old gadget out and record some shit.
This area right here.
Oops. Hello. Hello. There we go. All right, time to transfer the phone. Apologize for the shake, but I gotta do this. Hey, here we go.
Saving this spot, or can I swoop them?
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Are they are both seats open?
That's what he said, yeah. She's there? You should switch. switch? Should switch.
No, that's fine. I got it. This goes up.
Switch.
This goes up.
Gotcha, bro. I got you.
That's why I sit in the back. Because nobody's going to be blocked.
All right. Oh.
I don't even know what this is, but they said it was, and I was like, okay.
It's the anniversary of the Apple One computer.
I see. I don't think it was in the I don't think it was in the program.
50 years. So they have a motherboard up there, and they have a sign about it. And this is a last minute thing. He wasn't scheduled on the website.
But it was like that was the word on the street.
Facebook mentioned it recently, but they said they weren't sure.
And there was a hole in the program.
Well, I asked yesterday, and they said, "Oh, it'll probably be here in the morning." It wasn't here in the morning. He's here now. So they didn't even communicate internally very well.
Yeah.
But I came a little bit after the time they said he would be here, just in case. And then somebody said, "Oh, he's in here too for that talk." I said, "Oh, perfect." So I just walk around and kill time. And no worries. This might be part, just a bigger part. Yeah, the Activision talk yesterday was good. David Crane, Gary Kitchen talked about game development. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Pitfall and a bunch of other games. Just in case people aren't watching this now, I'm going to start another stream with Woz in the title to get more attention, so stay tuned. I'm going to stop this one, start a new one.